Humans are social animals. No matter your archetype, your personality, your character, if you are universally loved, not universally, if you are majority loved and have sufficient social proof and pre-selection, you can rock any type of life and people will be attracted to the way you live that life. Okay, hear me out. So say there is someone who, I'm going to give 3 examples. First example, someone who just doesn't talk, okay? Someone who doesn't talk, if they don't have the right social proof, if they don't talk, they will get stomped over socially and basically forgotten because he hasn't got the social proof yet. If you tame it the other way around, where somehow he gets the social proof already, whether that's through the way he initially acts or maybe through the looks he has, who knows, whatever it is, his propensity to not talk becomes the reason people attach the social proof to him. So people look at him, they go, oh, he doesn't speak. But because he already has the social proof, people assume that because he doesn't speak, he has the social proof. So they allow it. And he just goes on his merry way. Example number 2. This person is outlandish. They're outgoing and they don't think twice about what they're going to say. Obviously, initially when you do this with anyone, that person's going to be shocked and it's going to trigger emotion, whether it's positive or negative. But after a sufficient time and a sufficient divisor almost, if there's enough people who like what you do, even though there's people who don't like what you do, if you have the sufficient amount, then you have the social proof to act that way. And because it's normalized for you now, people don't think twice about it. You can literally act out your thoughts, obviously, to an extent. But people, once again, will attribute your social proof to how you act. So they'll look at you, they'll see how you act, and you go, oh, that's why he's so popular. That's why he has the social proof. Third character. This character is nonchalant, let's say. Different from the quiet person, but it's the same thing. I'm not going to explain the same thing, but the principle is the way he acts, even if it is conventionally antisocial or conventionally less interactive, people still attribute the social proof that you already have to that character. Now, what you also have to realize is social proof carries over into pre-selection. Let me explain the difference between the two from a man's perspective. Social proof is a complete platonic love for someone, non-romantic. If someone is socially proven, they can walk into a room and people will greet them enthusiastically. They will just smile and he'll dap up people, shake hands, greet most people there, okay? Whether it's boys or girls, completely non-romantic. This is just people know this guy, everyone knows this guy. This guy is friends with everyone. Now, the byproduct of social proof is pre-selection, because they're almost intertwined with each other. Take this. If someone is socially proven enough, pre-selection will almost be enchanted onto it. What is pre-selection? Pre-selection is the heightened sense of desirability for someone because of the ticking of certain conditions and parameters. Let me use an example. You're walking down a mall. In the first instance, you're walking on your own, okay? And let's say you walk past 50 girls. Let's say, because you're a pretty average guy, 20 to 25 girls hold your eye contact. You're trying to hold every eye contact, but only 40 to 50% look back and hold it. Maybe even lower in the modern day. Now, let's use that same scenario, but let's put a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 girl next to you. Think about that. Now you're walking down the same mall. Now, because looks to an extent are objectively more desirable, some more than others, people, and especially girls, they will see you as more desirable and attractive because you're next to the 8, 9, 10 out of 10 girl. You need to understand this. You're almost, I don't want to say this in a selfish manner, but you're almost leeching some of her very powerful life force, because beauty is very powerful in the modern day. Don't get me wrong. It's not sustainable, but it's very potent and very powerful. So, as I'm saying in this example, if you're walking down the mall with a 9 out of 10 girl, you're almost leeching some of her life force off of her. And let's say the 50 girls you walk past, same exact 50 girls, 40 to 45, maybe even all the girls will hold your eye contact. Because they're simply looking at the girl, which they all collectively understand is a good-looking girl, and they see you with her. Now, whether it's because it's of jealousy or other emotion, what you simply have to understand is, no matter what emotion is triggered inside of them, this acts as a form of pre-selection, almost a social validation of your, not normalness, but your capacity to connect, your compatibility. So, let's summarize. Social proof and pre-selection, they are intertwined together, okay? Think of pre-selection as the social proof, but for romantic relationships. They're both relevant to each other, and if you can acquire an aura of social proof and pre-selection, girls will be more attracted to you. And also people will be more attracted to you in general, not through looks, but just through like a friendship sort of thing. You see this every time. If there's a popular person sitting next to a guy who's a bit quiet or not very popular, the quiet guy will almost retract a bit, because the quiet guy respects the popular guy. Why? Because he has social proof. You need to understand this, okay? Even if there's someone who thinks they're the smartest person in the world, or they are all-knowing, they're omnipotent, whatever the fucking word is. No matter, if someone who's sufficiently socially proven sits next to them, it is impossible to almost acknowledge his aura, to almost recognize the presence with him. Because when he walks, people look. When he walks, girls look. They may get jealous. They may get an intense desire for them. They may giggle. They may literally just talk with their friends. But even if that one person who thinks they're above everyone, wait till the popular guy sits next to him, because he has the social proof. And it's this almost innate human nature, which is, you can't ignore it. It's always there. It's almost this monkey part of the brain, which is like, okay, so everyone else likes him, so there's got to be something about him. And whatever it is, it could be anything. He will like the other person because of that. It's very interesting. You could be anyone, literally anyone. And if you have the social proof, people will love you for what you do, whatever it is. I mean, taking this to an extreme, in the Jeffrey Dahmer case, he was a serial killer in Milwaukee in the 90s, or 70s to 90s. It was across a very long time period. People, whilst he was in prison, would send him money. People would get obsessed over him. Bearing in mind this guy was a serial killer. He did some bad shit. Yet, people sent him money. People sent him letters, love letters. You can blame it on some weird kinks from other people, sure. Or you could maybe hypothesize that because he had the social proof and almost the popularity, the fame, the celebrity status, because he was a celebrity at the end of the day, he was so well known that even the most heinous crimes were not enough for the massive social proof he had to be squandered. Okay? After everything he'd done, his social proof was so big that it's getting too dramatic. His social proof got so big that there were people in the world who were like, shift all the stuff he's done to the side. I still like this guy. Human nature, eh? Weird as fuck. But yeah, that's what I've learned. Well, that's what I wanted to explicate. It's very, very interesting. I'm going to try and embody it more in life because it's very powerful. But don't get hooked onto it as well. And also, the audience that you're socially proved with may not be the audience that you want. So who knows? Last thing, for dating as well, one of a good technique pickup artists use, especially when girls are in pairs, is if they see one girl who's much better looking than the other girl, then sometimes they will almost connect and compact. They'll have more compatibility with the uglier girl. Because one, it acts as social proof, two, it acts as pre-selection, and the other girl gets jealous, which makes it all the more easier for them to do the rest. That's, did that rhyme? I don't know. That's all from me. Second video today. It was a good one though. Very present in this video. Loved it. See you in the next one.